Oh my god. Alright, so back to where it all began, huh? I think this was my very first slot that I ever played in Arcane Lineage, and I went Elementalist on it, so this brings me back some memories. Unfortunately, the kit itself is not the best. I guess the only usable skill in the entire Elementalist kit, unfortunately, is Lightning Crash. For some reason, they nerfed the shit out of Blaze, so also the what's the wind move called? I'll just let you guys in on something. No, not that one. What the fuck? This Gale Uplift move, it will be useful in the future. I'll make sure of it. But for now, it's kind of useless. But don't be surprised if it becomes like a damaging move. Oh, anyways, let's get on to the masteries. I've said enough. This is the gears I use to kill MV. You don't really have a choice. You don't have many choices because there's not many mage gears in the game yet. For masteries, I decided to go 1-2-0. This element mastery is pretty good if you're fighting things that are resistant to fire, but I'm not fighting things that are resistant to fire, so there's no point. And I'm not going to be using Blaze or whatnot, unless it's like Yartle. That's the only thing you would need this mastery for, so it's not really worth it outside of Yartle. Now this energy manipulator is free damage. You can also get the Azure Flames, but Azure Flames are not as powerful as they were back then, so I wouldn't really get this anymore. Elemental defense, you have to waste your points here. This is not a very good mastery. What we really want is the purple lightning. Fuck. But anyways, the elemental mastery, it's supposed to make you start with another energy, but I guess it's RNG now. But you have a decent chance to start with a second energy. And I guess you want Dullahan because you get some very useful skills to substitute the fact that this class does not get many good skills. In fact, it only gets like one skill, basically, essentially. Also, you want to get the tier 10 Thanasis Cult because this Death Current is a very good substitute skill for AoE and stuff like that. But yeah, this thing, this is why you want the Inferno enchant, like you see here, Inferno, because you can inflict flames, and when you inflict flames and Thunder Crash right after, it becomes purple, which will increase the damage of Thunder Strike, and it only happens if they're burning. Also, something that we did not mention in the patch notes, I believe, is that Thunder Crash had increased scaling, but we didn't say exactly how much. So basically, it went from Arcane over 75 to Arcane over 60, and Arcane over 60 makes it so that Dullahan's extra stat points makes it 20% more powerful effectively. So Dullahan's a pretty good pick because Thunder Crash scaling is good enough to warrant Dullahan. Also, you really need Dullahan skills to make up for your trash kit. Overall, basically, this Lifeless Skull is probably still one of like top like. It's as strong as a super move skill. It's so busted for some reason. I can't stop saying how this skill is so good. But yeah, the other skill is Thunder Crash. If you want to use Azure Flames build, you could, but it's just mid. Ghost Flame is pretty good for one energy move, and inflicts Ghost Flame, which is like really good status, percent HP, DOT. This is from Teen Thanasis Guild. And then for Lost Girls, you can use Permafrost Curse. It's another elemental move that hits really hard, single hit. It has 14 base power, which is really nice, and it's AoE, so it's like a worse Thunder Strike, but it's pretty strong. The only downside is that it costs a lot of energy. Let's get into our weapon real quick. This Blightwood Staff has 6 Radiant Shatterings and 1 Radiant Voltaic. If I could remake this, I would put 2 more Radiant Voltaics. This class really needs the energy more than any other class, probably, because of the Energy Manipulator passive. But yeah, so we don't go over this. Our artifact is the Stellian Core. It's actually it makes this, it's really huge for this class. It increases the damage by like so much. I can't even explain. Like the Stellian Core is like insanely good. So that's why you really want to keep your high health. So effectively, I have every element as a spell except for like Holy. So yeah, this is like a true Elementalist build. You don't have to run these specific gears. You can also consider other stuff. They recently made Fractured debuff from the Dragon's Memoir gear apply to Arcane skills, so you can like use your Magic Missile twice in order to get Fractured, and then use Thunder Strike to increase damage of your Thunder Strike using Dragon's Memoir. I'll do a quick showcase on the dummy in case you're unfamiliar with this gear, if you're somehow unfamiliar with this gear. You can also run Band of Crushing Force. I like this, even though not many people would like to use it, because they won't be able to block it, and I don't like when and the bosses, they can block stuff, so I just don't like when they block. Also, this class doesn't really have many options. You can run Spike Steel Ball, but I don't really like using it. I only use it because it was my only option to get more damage, so there's no other alternative. You can use Parasitic Leech, I guess, for like if you're like 5 DPS, you want like regen health, but it's not really recommended, honestly. Let's go test our build against the training dummy. Alright, we're going to test our build to find what's a reasonable damage is so you can get solo without like massive setups. So we're going to inflict Drowns and more, and then we're going to Thunder Strike it. That did 158 not for a Magic Missile, not bad. And then we're going to Thunder Crash it because it has all the conditions to meet Purple Lightning. And get damage boost from my Blightwood. So let's check the damage on this bad boy. 722 without crit, and then let's see with crit. Alright, I got all the conditions ready for another attempt. We're going to see the crit damage on this. With the Lightning Coron, crits are actually not very uncommon. So that's a fun fact. That did 1.5 thousand damage, or 1.2 thousand damage? I couldn't tell, but that's a pretty hefty nuke. So I guess Elementalist is not bad, it just only has one useful skill. And of course you have your Dohan skills, Ghost is just really good overall in the game, so yeah. Alright, so like I said, I brought the Traveler's Lamp this time, because your Blightwood weapons do 20% more against vulnerable targets, that's why you should bring Traveler's Lamp. Also, you start off like 1 energy, this is pretty good. Anyways, this is the load I'm going to use for Yardle. I don't really like using Yardle's Wrath for like very short fights because the effect only takes place after 5 turns. Meanwhile, the Coagulated Fingernail, even though it has less boost, it will give you a boost every turn, effectively. So yeah. And I guess you can choose Yardle's Wrath if you want. It's technically stronger, but you know. And then we're just gonna do a test aiming, so sometimes you'll start with 3 energy, sometimes you'll start with 2. It's like a 50-50 chance of the energy manipulator passive. So what you want to do to easily kill Yardle is to just Magic Missile him. Ideally, you want 1 Inferno proc at least. So that's what you want. So, but after you applied Fractured, you pretty much have to Thunder Strike him, otherwise like you're gonna lose the vulnerable and not gonna be able to do anything. So we're going to Magic Missile him again. Oh, I got Burn and Fracture, nice. And then all you have to do is use Thunder Strike and he's dead. And because he has Inferno, it'll be Purple Lightning instead of Trash Lightning. And Chidori! Oh damn, it didn't crit, but if it crits, he's dead. And then I guess if he's not dead by then, you just use Death Curtain, not a big deal. But yeah, if that crits, that's probably like a bajillion damage.